Hello, welcome back dear students. Now we are going to discuss about that next topic in our second unit. That is, we are going to discuss that multi-stage amplifier in this one. So in this video we are going to discuss about Darlington amplifier, cascade and cascode amplifier, and in the next video we are going to discuss about that differential amplifier in detail. Okay, let me start with that Darlington amplifier. We have seen that one out of three configurations: common base, common collector and common emitter. The common collector or common emitter follower circuit has high input impedance, typically in the range of 200 kilo ohms to 300 kilo ohms. So a single stage emitter follower circuit can give input impedance up to 500 kilo ohm. However, the impedance considering biasing resistors is significantly less. When you are going for multi-stage, if you are connecting it directly, then we are going for that Darlington connection. If you are connected directly, the impedance value can be reduced. Okay, it can be improvised. The gain can be improvised by connecting two or more transistor. And when you are discussing about that common collector amplifier, which is having high input impedance, and when you are connecting that two, we are having the impedance will be more in this one. Okay. Let me start with the diagram of this one. This is the Darlington connection. See that one. In this connection we are having two transistor, common collector transistor, that is emitter follower transistor. So this emitter follower transistor you are giving input through one transistor's base, and we are taking that one, the emitter of first transistor is connected to the base of the second transistor, and the collector of both the transistors are connected together, and the emitter of second transistor is connected with that source. Okay, collector of both transistor is connected together. If you see this one, it is having both the transistor acts as a single transistor which is having one emitter, and both the collectors are connected together, forms one collector, and the emitter of first stage is connected to the base of second stage. So finally we are having only one emitter. So the both transistor are considered as a single transistor when you are connecting them together. Okay, and here we are having that small signal equivalent circuit of this common base, that is Darlington amplifier. Next we have that one. We have to find out the gain of this common collector amplifier. Gain means we have to find out the current gain. So to find out the current gain, we have to obtain the output current to the input current ratio. So we can get that output current I0 in terms of II, and if you are dividing that one, you are getting that current gain AI as beta 1 plus beta 2 into 1 plus beta 1, that is approximately equal to beta 1 into beta 2. This shows that the overall current gain of a Darlington amplifier can be given by the multiplication of the individual current gain. Next we have to find out that input resistance Ri, that is Vi by Ii, and that Ri value is given by 2 times beta 1 into R by 2. After we are finding the value of Vi in terms of Ii, then we can obtain this resistor value. Okay, and then this input impedance, that is Ri of the Darlington amplifier, is large because of that amplification beta value. Okay, next we have to go for that bootstrap technique. In this one, common collector amplifier, emitter of that first stage is connected directly to the base of the second stage. Because of that one, you are having high input impedance. We have seen that one, the emitter follower, the input resistance of the amplifier is reduced because of the shunting effect of the biasing resistors. To overcome this problem, we are going for the bootstrap technique. In this bootstrap technique, we are additionally adding a resistor R3 that is connected between the input to the divider circuit. Okay, and another one capacitor C that is connected between the voltage divider circuit to the emitter. Okay, so these two components give a pull up for the output. Okay, next this is the AC equivalent circuit for this one. And when you are taking that AC equivalent circuit, that your VCC will be grounded. Here two additional components are used, the resistor R3 and the capacitor C. The capacitor is connected between the emitter junction R1, R2 and R3, and similarly the resistor is connected between R1 and R2 to the base. Okay, for DC signal, capacitor C acts as an open circuit, and therefore the resistance R1, R2 and R3 provides necessary biasing to keep the transistor in the active region. For AC analysis, the capacitor acts as a short circuit, so its value is chosen such that it provides very low reactance, nearly short circuit at lowest operating frequency. Hence, for AC, the bottom of R3 is effectively connected between the input and the output. So, if there is any changes happen in the input, the same changes happen in the output also. By using Miller's theorem, we can get that one. The resistor R3 can be given as RM1 and RM2. RM1 is given as R3 divided by 1 minus AV, and RM2 is given by R3 into AV divided by AV minus 1. Since for an emitter follower AV approaches unity, then RM2 becomes extremely large. So, you are having that Ri dash will be equal to Ri parallel with RM, and which is RM value is very high, you can omit it. So, your Ri dash will be approximately equal to Ri. Okay, the above effect, when AV tends to unit value, which is called as bootstrapping. The name arises from the fact that if one end of the resistor R3 changes in the voltage, the other end of R3 moves through the same potential difference. So it is as if R3 pulling itself up by its bootstraps. Okay, so only we are giving the name bootstrap technique. Okay, similarly the effective load on the emitter follower can be given as RL effective can be given as RE parallel with R1 parallel with R2 parallel with RM2. Because of the capacitor biasing, resistance R1 and R2 come on output side, shunting effective load resistance. Okay, the resistance RM2 is large and it can be neglected. So RL effective can be given as RE parallel with R1 parallel with R2. Next we are going to discuss about the cascade amplifiers. This is the block diagram of a cascade amplifier. Here we are going to connect the first stage of an amplifier with the second stage of amplifier. Let me have an example for that one. We are taking two common emitter amplifier, that is with the NPN and PNP transistors. So this is the circuit for this, and this is the small signal equivalent circuit for that. So we have to find out the resistance and the gain of this amplifier. First, let me start with that second stage. The input resistance of the second stage Ri2 is given by R pi 2, and the voltage gain of the second stage is given by V0 by V pi 2. This can be obtained by us GM2 into RC2 parallel with RL. When you are going for the first stage, the input resistance Ri is given by Ri1, which is equal to Ri equal to R1 parallel with R2 parallel with R pi 1, and the voltage gain of the first stage is given by V pi 2 divided by V pi 1, and we know that one V pi 2 equal to GM1 into V pi 1 into RL dash. So if you are substituting the value for RL dash, you are getting RC1 parallel with Ri2. So V pi 2 divided by V pi 1 can be given by GM1 into RC1 parallel with R pi 2, and by applying voltage division rule, we know that one V pi 1 equal to Ri divided by Ra plus Rs into Vs. Finally, we have to find out the overall voltage gain AV. That overall voltage gain AV is given as V0 by Vs into V0 by V pi 2 into V0 by Vs, that is equal to V0 by V pi 2 into V pi 2 by V pi 1 into V pi 1 by Vs. We are dividing that V0 by Vs into three terms. Since these terms get cancelled, V pi 2 by V pi 2 get cancelled with same things, and V pi 1 by V pi 1 also get cancelled. So you are getting that V0 by Vs. Okay. So that V0 by Vs can be obtained by multiplying these three values that already we have derived. So substitute that values V0 by V pi 2 and V pi 2 by V pi 1 and V pi 1 by Vs. Then we are getting that overall voltage in AVS GM1 into GM2 into RC2 parallel with RL, RC1 parallel with R pi 2 into Ri divided by Ri plus Rs. Okay, and that overall resistance, output resistance, that is the resistance of the second stage, and that resistance of the second stage R0 is given by RC2. Okay, so by the AC analysis we can obtain that voltage gain, input resistance and output resistance of this cascade amplifier. Next we are going for the cascode amplifier. Here we are having two different transistors are connected. A common emitter amplifier stage is in series with the common base amplifier stage. In order to solve the low impedance problem of common base circuit, we are connecting this is our circuit. Here we are taking that common emitter with the common base circuit. Okay, this is the AC equivalent circuit. Then we have to go for this is the hybrid pi equivalent circuit, small signal equivalent circuit for the common emitter, common base, cascade amplifier. The important features of these cascade stages: it provides high input impedance, it provides high voltage gain, it provides improved input-output isolation, as there is no direct coupling between the input stage and output stage. There exists the isolation between these two. This eliminates the Miller effect and thus provides a much bandwidth. Okay, it provides very high output resistance. It also provides high slew rate and high stability. The only disadvantage of this cascade circuit is that it requires two transistors and requires a relatively high voltage supply also. Next we have to find out the input impedance. That input impedance of that first stage is given as R2 parallel with R3, that is in parallel with R pi 1. Then output impedance R0 is given by RC parallel with RL, and the overall voltage gain AV is given by V pi 1 divided by that is V0 by Vs. Okay, and we know that one Vs equal to V pi 1. After applying KCL at the node 2, we are getting that GM1 into Vs is given by V pi 2 by R pi 2 plus GM2 into V pi 2. From that one we have find out the value of V pi 2 in terms of GM1 and Vs. Then we have to go for the V0. V0 we know that one output voltage into resistor, output current into resistor, that is equal to output voltage, that is given by minus GM2 into V pi 2, that into resistance RC parallel with RL, equivalent resistance. Okay, so that V0 in terms of V pi 2 is here. Substitute the V pi 2 value here and obtain that V0 by Vs, that is equal to minus GM1 into GM2, that whole into R pi 2 divided by 1 plus beta 2 into RC parallel with RL. That is approximately equal to minus GM into RC parallel with RL. That is GM1 into GM2 can be given as beta 2. Okay, that's all about our we have discussed about that Darlington amplifier, cascade amplifier, cascode amplifier, and we are going to discuss differential amplifier in the next video session. Thank you.